We went up to the Phoenix area to take a look at some stores, and we visited the Bass Pro store. We hadn't been there before, so this was our first visit, and you can tell it's a big place as you walk up to it. As you walk in the front doors, you enter sort of a foyer area there, and I asked if it was okay to take some video, and they said it was. They're obviously proud of their store, and you can see why. It is a really impressive display. So you walk in, it's sort of the theme of an old cabin or a lodge, and you've got this foyer with a lot of taxidermied critters. You get a glimpse of the store. There's this giant fireplace, and it's kind of impressive. Instead of walking into a bunch of modern sales stuff, there's not one flyer, not one ad or anything. You just sort of walk in and you're comfortable immediately. You've got this interesting sort of environment. You get a peek at the store. So once you walk through the gate there, the Sportsman's Paradise gate or whatever they call it, you get into the actual store here, and I just kind of spun around in a circle with the camera on. And again, you can see there's a main lodge section. There's two big wings. The right side there, Santa and the toys, and the other side is a bunch of products, of course. The entire store is sort of set up as if the outdoors was part of it or spilled into it, or the store was built around it. So there's this man-made rock everywhere. There's taxidermy critters just about everywhere. The store is laid out so you kind of can just stroll around and find the things you might be looking for. Of course, as we were walking around taking a look at the different things to do, there's an archery range, and there's this climbing wall. Once you get to the top, you sort of rappel down. Of course, there's an elevator and stairs for anybody who wants to get up to that second floor without so much hassle. But it might be an interesting way to test out some gear or just have some fun. So kind of walking into the middle between the two stairways, I noticed this giant fish tank, and I like to fish, so it did catch my eye, and there are some big bass in that tank there. I have no idea how many gallons that tank is, but it's pretty impressive. So I took a look from the front here, and you might get bored, but I thought it was really neat seeing such large fish. So I hung out at the big fish tank for a little while. Kind of walk behind there, and now we're looking back out towards that front panel where we were a moment ago. And this is sort of in a little cove with an extra, there's a couple of more viewing windows back there. And you can see just how big these fish are. At some point though, I figure out that the camera's not picking it up well, and I'll bring out my light here in a moment. And some big, I guess striped bass here. There's some largemouth in there, some smallmouth. Obviously they're, kept in captivity, so they're fed and they're huge, but it's pretty neat seeing the giant fish. There's a big catfish. Pretty neat. Probably spend a little too much time on a tour of the fish tank here, but I was really having fun. It was pretty interesting. Those fish, I think they're looking at the red light on the camera that you can sort of see in the reflection there. But I suspect they're having as much fun watching the people looking at them as we're having looking at them. So one more view from in the back, sort of in another little covey, and you can see the front there where we first took some pictures. And big, thick plexiglass holding all the water in there. Pretty interesting though. Again, you can get in that elevator and see all the taxidermy critters. It's almost as if you started at the top of a mountain and ended up down under the lake. So, got to really give them credit to having an impressive store as far as the displays go, both live and taxidermy critters. So, enough of the fish tank. We're taking a look now at sort of the first floor again, just sort of spinning around on that, sort of over to the left. There's outdoor gear for sure. There's also clothing. Like say toys and stuff for the kids, but there's also just plain gifts. If you've got somebody who likes the outdoors, there's gifts. You can definitely find stuff for the holidays for them there. So that was a little display of a guy on the side of the hill as if he was a hunter, an archery hunter, giving you an idea of the gear he might take. Now we're up on the second floor, balcony area, and taking a look at some of that taxidermy stuff, and then just a quick sort of view around the store again from that higher angle. And again, there's the gift area, the sunglasses and whatnot, the entrance, and then going across to that other side, looking at the gun section over on that second floor across the way there. like I say, taxidermy everywhere. This is a store that a kid would really enjoy. Even up in the center here, going down the main center of the store, way up in the air there, there's some taxidermy ducks and other birds. And then again, it's hard to see it all, and this camera doesn't do it justice, but again, we're just trying to give you a taste of the store. Definitely worth a visit. Again, I know a kid would be impressed by seeing all the taxidermied stuff. Now we're in what they call, I think, the fine gun room. Lots of impressive firearms. Again, I'm not here to sell anything, so we're just kind of showing the store. But really expensive firearms, fine firearms for African hunts, for competitive shooting. And then as you leave the fine gun room, you get out to the other gun section, or the hunting section. You've got your air guns and BB guns here. And then you've got the rest of the gun section across here. Again, we're not trying to sell anything or show you too much, but we're just going to give you an idea. It's a pretty large gun section of the store. So that's Bass Pro Shops up in Mesa, Arizona. Definitely worth taking a look if you're in the area.